Raquella Freeman waited over 1 year for her new power wheelchair to arrive. 3 days later, the machine's headrest and footrest broke.
I was less than a block away to my bus when suddenly my feed plate simply fell to the ground, and I had to stop before I ran them over, and they got stuck underneath me. And then I had to pick them up off the ground. They're decently heavy because it's made of a lot of metal and parts.
In Wisconsin, the multi-step process for wheelchair repair can take months, leaving Freeman with a long journey ahead to fix the brakes.
I like to do it just because, well, as all the stories I told you, I break my chairs enough. I don't want to do anything additional to make something happen to it.
In order to initiate a repair, users have to get their device inspected, the repair company completes medical documentation to share with the client's insurance company, and replacement parts have to be ordered.
Where it always rains when I don't have a choice. When it's optional, it'll be nice out. When it's not optional.
On average, each step of this process takes more than 2 weeks to complete.
My coworker, with her ingenuity, decided you, me, and some duct tape and some Allen wrenches are going to try and see if we can craft a temporary solution, which we did, which was the crossbar duct tape, and it seems to it's held since then. It's been almost 3 weeks since we made this makeshift fix, and then next week on Thursday I will finally be getting my legitimate repair, which will hopefully ensure that they stay on.
According to wheelchair users, repair companies sometimes promise consumers quicker repair times if they decide to bring their equipment into a centrally located repair shop, rather than having a repair person drive to their home to fix a device. However, for most wheelchair users, transporting broken equipment is often time-consuming, costly, and physically impossible to accommodate. Even so, Freeman decided to catch the bus on a rainy June morning. Her commute required transferring buses 2 times. To arrive on time, she planned to leave her home at 7:15 a.m. to account for any potential delays.
All right. There we go. You want that side hook too, or?
I'm good, thank you.
All right. You want the seatbelt?
I'm good, thank you.
All right.
In preparation for the appointment, Freeman had ordered the parts for her missing headrest weeks earlier. A shipping mishap resulted in a headrest cushion, but none of the other required hardware plopping onto her doorstep in May. Wheelchair users often face health complications from being stuck in bed, like blood clots and pressure sores. Some advocates say that the problems are a consequence of inadequate service and response by repair companies. The error had already caused delay to her appointment once. By June, her hips and back were starting to hurt from not having a place to rest her feet.
The reality is, when you're bumping along sidewalks, things are only held together so much. So the bumping along the sidewalk does play a role in, the chair's natural wear and tear. Just like somebody's car, this is basically my car, and I respect it as much as I can. But some things are simply unavoidable, and things will fall off or break or get damaged, and you do the best with what you can. There are many people with mobility devices in the city, and there are only a handful of places that are able to actually provide repair services.
With her wheelchair broken, Freeman's circumstance reflects a common challenge for people with disabilities: long and painful waits to have their mobility devices repaired. With dampened clothes and foggy glasses, Freeman arrived at her appointment an hour early, just as staff members were unlocking the doors to National Seating and Mobility's Repair Center. After a 30-minute wait, her device was fixed in 2 hours.
How does it feel to have that on?
It's nice. Like I said, I don't tend to lean on it anyway. I don't normally put my head back that far. But when I tilt back all the way later tonight, that'll be lovely.
The next bus was an hour delayed, so Freeman decided to take her wheelchair down a different route, a 20-minute walk and 46-minute ride back home. After nearly 2 months of waiting to get her chair fixed, Freeman was relieved to have the process over with. Her only hope was that at least for the next few months, she wouldn't have to deal with another break.